People often ask me how they can become more consistent. I tell them all the same thing. Most likely, you already are. Everybody is. Because nobody is just running around throughout the day doing a bunch of completely random, haphazard shit for absolutely no fucking reason. Nobody is that chaotic. And if they are, they're consistently chaotic, and that's a form of consistency too. But back to the original thing, by and large, everybody is fucking consistent. Most people just consistently do the wrong thing. You consistently hit your snooze button and sleep in. You consistently eat shitty foods. You consistently go out and get drunk. You consistently skip your workout. You consistently put off the stuff that you know you're not going to need to do for another day. You consistently opt for what feels good in the moment over what will be good for you long term. That is most people's version of consistency, and they think that because they hear that consistency is needed to get ahead in life, that they are themselves therefore not consistent, when in reality they are. It's just at the wrong thing. They already have the necessary skill set / character trait to do the important thing, which is be consistent. They've just applied it in the wrong direction. You've just applied it in the wrong direction. You just apply it to a bunch of stupid and wrong shit. But as a whole, you've already shown yourself that you could be consistent day in and day out and do all of these things over and over and over and over again. You just have to take that and apply it in the right direction. And that is how most things are as a whole. Everything can be good and everything can benefit you if you use it properly. You're just using it for the wrong shit. Take fear, for example. People have this idea that they need to overcome all of their fears of XYZ before they can do anything or make any moves in the direction of doing the things that they're afraid of. And that is absolutely not true because, well, first and foremost, fear is a sign of intelligence. A completely fearless person is also a completely stupid person. Fear protects you from doing ignorant ass shit like jumping into lakes or rivers or wherever the fuck it is that alligators dwell full of alligators because you're not afraid. That's not a brave thing to do. That's a stupid thing to do. A stupid thing to do is running across the fucking freeway in the middle of traffic because you're not afraid. Again, that's not brave, that's stupid. So if you have zero fear, then you have also zero intelligence and zero understanding of the world around you, and you're going to just wind up doing a bunch of stupid and ignorant shit. But people often say that they are fearless and they take this as, or people take this as they have the absence of fear. But being brave is not being afraid. Being brave is doing what you need to do or what should be done or what's the best thing to do despite being afraid. Being brave is knowing how to not let your fear control you, which is what most people do not get. But the point is, if you are afraid of something, you don't need to overcome your fear in order to be able to do that thing. You can use it to your advantage. Lots of people have a fear of rejection, and the common suggestion, what word do I want? Idea, fuck it, who cares? We're going to say common suggestion is to go out and you expose yourself to this stuff. You get rejected by people a bunch of times. You see it's not that bad. Maybe you can go to your therapist and get to the root of your problem and why it is that you fear being rejected and all of that shit. And you can absolutely and completely overcome that fear of rejection and still get rejected all of the time because you're a loser. That's not better. It's just different. Or what you could do is acknowledge your fear of rejection and use that as the motivation and reason to work on yourself and better yourself in all areas and make yourself into somebody who nobody else could possibly, or who nobody would in their right mind reject. If you want to go out on dates, then make yourself into somebody who is amazing and nobody would want to reject because you check all of the boxes and do all of the things. You're well dressed and in great shape and successful and have nice cars and well mannered and good hygiene and are interesting to talk to and all of these other fucking things. And then you can walk out and go up to women and approach them as somebody who you know good and goddamn well that they want because you've taken the time to make yourself into that because you were afraid of getting rejected. You could do the same thing for jobs or whatever the fuck it is that you're going to ask of somebody. Take your fear of rejection and use it as the motivation to build yourself into somebody who would never get rejected. You still have the fear, but you are using it for your own good, and you are using it to better yourself rather than just getting over it but not taking any lessons away and benefiting yourself or anything along those lines. A lot of people are afraid of people judging them or people saying negative things about them, people talking shit, people telling them they don't know what they're talking about, they don't know what they're doing, they'd be better off doing something else, some shit along those lines. I used to be one of them. That used to be a thing that held me back from doing a lot of things. But if you're not at the point where you could just disregard other people's opinions of you, then that's perfectly fine. Rather than trying to do that or trying to figure out how to do that and not doing anything until you do, just switch the people whose opinions that you're looking at. Because when you want to go off and do something extraordinary and you want to go off and accomplish some shit, when you want to get in shape, it is never going to be in shape people who are going to tell you that it's a bad idea or that you can't do it. It's going to be fat, lazy people who are going to tell you it's a bad idea and you can't do it. If you want to go out and figure out how to go make millions of dollars a year, it's not going to be people who make millions of dollars a year who tell you that you can't do it. It's going to be poor people who tell you that you can't do it. Even if you want to go do some more, I don't want to call it outlandish shit because I don't really think it's that outlandish, but if you want to go out and become a fucking movie star, it's not going to be movie stars that are going to tell you that you can never become a movie star. It's going to be people who have never even tried to become a movie star who are going to tell you that you can't become a movie star because they can't be movie stars, because they're not in shape, because they're poor. The people who are going to criticize and or tear you down or ridicule you, whatever the fuck it may be, or judge you for trying to do something great are going to be people who have only ever done anything average at best. So rather than worrying about those people's opinions, the opinions of the people that you don't want to be like, shift your focus and worry about the opinions of the in-shape people who are going to judge you for being fat. Worry about the opinions of the people who make millions of dollars a year who judge you for choosing to be poor. Worry about the opinions of the movie stars, whatever, who are going to judge you for not wanting to chase your dreams. Whatever the fucking case may be. There are people on both sides who will judge you. The people that you don't want to be like and the people you want to be like. But most people focus on the judgment of the people that they don't want to be like, and they themselves wind up being someone that they don't want to be like. But if you worry, excuse me, if your judgment or your fear of judgment is so bad, worry about the people who you want to be like and them judging you. Because who would you rather fit in and be accepted and encouraged by? The people you're trying to get away from or the people that you're trying to go to? It should be the fucking latter. The former is absolutely insane. Worrying about poor people judging you for trying to become rich will keep you poor. Worrying about rich people judging you for staying poor will motivate you to become rich. So if you're trying to avoid judgment, avoid the judgment of the right people. All you have to do is use all of these traits and beliefs of yours properly, use them in the right direction, redirect that shit, and it will get you to where it is that you don't want to go. Even if you're a fucking procrastinator, you can use that to your advantage. All procrastinating is putting off one thing in order to do something different, right? You put off going to the gym because you would like to sleep more. You put off eating the healthy meal because you would like to eat the shitty meal. You put off doing the work that you need to do towards whatever goals it is that you have because you would rather play video games. You put off having difficult conversations because you would rather go to the club. So, use your well-established skill of putting shit off to put off the shit that you are not supposed to be doing, to put off the shit that you should not be doing. Put off sleeping in so that you could go to the gym. Put off eating the shitty food so that you could eat the good food. Put off going to the club so you could do, I don't remember what my example of the opposite of that was, but so you could do the work that you need to fucking do. Just start putting off different shit. Put off the bad shit in order to do the good shit rather than putting off the good shit to do the bad shit. And you're already very fucking great at it. And the longer that you put off something, the less likely you are going to be to do it more. That's how it works with the good things. The more times that you put off going to the gym, the less likely that you're ever going to be to go to the gym because you keep putting it off, and all you're doing is cultivating the habit of you putting it off and cultivating the fact that every time going to the gym comes around, you're going to put that shit off until tomorrow, and that tomorrow will never fucking come. If you start doing it in the opposite direction, it will have the exact same effect. When you put off eating at the fucking McDonald's till tomorrow, you do it for long enough, eventually you're never going to want the fucking McDonald's anymore. When you put off going to the club till next weekend, eventually you're not going to want to go to the fucking club anymore. It's just going to be exactly like the gym, except this is actually going to benefit you. So all of these skills, or all of these character traits rather, any of these personality traits, any of these habits, any of these things that you already have, that you already possess, take a look at yourself and see, how can I use this particular thing that I already do to benefit me rather than to my detriment? You don't have to become a completely different person. You just have to redirect who it is that you already are in the right direction and use all of your current attributes for the betterment of yourself rather than to the detriment of yourself. It is actually not that fucking difficult. You're already good at doing all of these things. Just be good at doing these things in the right direction.